Good evening, everyone. This Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Mountain Time, and 10 p.m. Eastern Time for a special edition of the MYBC Virtual Bookstore Author Series. I was out in community doing my magical stuff before as a brand ambassador for one of my clients, so I was unable to host my weekly show where I interview authors, publishers, and everybody that wants to take pen to paper to share their story. So without further ado, why don't you introduce yourself, please?
Hi, everyone. What a great honor to even be on the show. So I'd like to honor you, Jeanette. Thank you so much. And hi, everyone. I'm AJ Kikumoto.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I'm going to remember this time, AJ, because normally I get into like 20 minutes into the chitty chat and I forget this. So I know AJ has done a lot of great promoting, getting some of her followers to come and watch this on the live as we're happening right now. I do use Zoom over to Facebook. So if you have any questions for me about this process, or more importantly for AJ, please put them into the comments and she promises she's going to come back and answer any of your questions.
Yes,
so there, AJ, I got that off the top. I'm so excited. Now I can get into it. So AJ, what are the various, like I read your profile and you say you're an author, a publisher, proud mom of 8.
6, and actually 6.
6, okay.
Yes.
Well, we
can include the dog. The dog counts too.
And we're always a big kid. You know, that's it. I did my own math. That's like 1 + 1 doesn't necessarily equal 2 these days.
It's all good.
And on your Facebook profile, you say you're an advocate. Fill in the blank, please. And can we go down that path just for a little bit before we talk about being an author?
And that's a great path to go down. I'm an advocate for apraxia of speech. And so, in fact, I'm going to be a national speaker. Yay! My first national speaking gig at the Apraxia Kids National Conference in 2 weeks in Vegas. So what Apraxia Speech is I'm sure many of the listeners know, some might not know, but apraxia.
Not me, I don't.
Yeah, so apraxia of speech is where it's a neurological disconnect. So from the brain to the mouth. So it's really hard for the child to make sounds. So like 4 of my 6 kids have this invisible disability of apraxia of speech where they didn't talk till they were like 4 or 5 years old. Yes. So if you can just breathe and take that in, right? A toddler can't speak, can't communicate. The temper tantrums are up. The mommy temper tantrums are up, right? Like it's just a house full of chaos and frustration and stress and nobody knows what's going on. And so in that story, it was actually my second child, my first and last children, my bookends do not have this challenge, but the 4 in between do. So it was my second child and I knew mommy gut, and that's like, I like to advocate that, go with your mommy gut. I knew something was not right. And so I did some research. I looked into some free services and it's called Developmental Pathways. And I believe they're nationwide. And you go and you get your child checked out. And the way they test your child is through play. They want to see, yes, isn't that interesting? So she was only 1.5 years. So put that in perspective, right? 18 months, getting tested, and she qualified in all areas. She wasn't speaking. She didn't have good motor skills. She didn't have, no verbal, right? So she OT, PT, SLP, behavior mod, like all of that she qualified for. And we didn't discover till kindergarten what an actual diagnosis was, which was the apraxia of speech. So it took that long to figure that out. I have since learned that that's about the time frame. She's 14 now. That was about the time frame that this was even being discovered. Remember when autism came out? Like that was suddenly a new diagnosis. Well, my dad worked at Idaho State Hospital back in the day, and he's like, oh, we had grown men that had that. We just never had a title
Right.
or a diagnosis for it. So I'm sure the same thing. I mean, how many people say, yeah, my great grandma never talked till they were 5? Well, potentially they had this apraxia of speech, but it's this new diagnosis that back then they just said, well, they'll talk someday, you know. So
Interesting. To unpack a little bit, that's one of my favorite phrases is when
yes,
people like pack stuff into me, I get to unpack it out. So are your children learning at a normal rate, the information, the knowledge, the absorption? Because so much of childhood is learned by seeing. Yes, by hearing, but they're watching us and they mimic us all the time. So that's how I would say neurologically stuff is being planted or being taught.
right.
Are the children learning? It's just that disconnect to what I know. I don't know how to verbalize it. Am I correct in my, I'm going to say that word assumption, but it's a horrible word, but am I correct in my thought process?
Yes, you are.
That must be so frustrating because I know I've not been blessed with my own children, though the world's children are my children, I often say, that from babysitting at a very young age to a very late age, because I love children, that terrible too is they almost say it's, I have so much knowledge, I have so much learning, or they say till you're 5, you learn half of what you're going to learn in your life, so much knowledge, and I don't have my words to be able to express it. So that would be terrible twos, you know,
Right.
This is fascinating.
Yes.
This is fascinating, AJ.
It is.
Wow.
It is. It's very fascinating, and it's fascinating in the respect that even SLPs, which are speech teachers, right, didn't even know about it back then. It was that brand new. So I physically had to fire my speech teacher because I knew what she was doing was not working. She had the farm, she had the cow, the horse, and she was like, moo, 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 you know, nay, nay, nay. And my children just it was Akira at the time, my second child, she just looked at her like, you're crazy. Like, I don't even know where to begin. So in this diagnosis, in this apraxia of speech, you full on have to teach the mouth how to create a sound. Like that's how way below, like a typical child in their development is mama, 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 da, 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 da. They babble and they pick up on those sounds, and you're going, right? You can go moo, 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 and, you know, woof, woof, woof. But a child with apraxia of speech, they can't even make the sound. So they're way back in the developmental stage. That's why as parents, we're like, I don't even know how to deal with this, right? Like, moo, 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 like say moo, you know? And so we're blowing, techniques, we're blowing bubbles, like we're blowing, you know, candles, like we have a cupcake. This is the therapy, right? A cupcake with a candle, and trying to like teach the muscles to make those sounds. If you can see me, you know,
I can. It's just something so new, and I know I have you here as an author, a publisher, and an incredible lady, and mom. This is just something that is going to resonate with so many parents out there.
Absolutely. And that's why I'm a huge advocate for this.
Yeah, you sometimes hear is, oh, my kid's not talking because, especially if they're a second, third, or fourth, or, you know, fifth child, that, oh, they're just going to let their older brother speak for them. They're just going to let where this could be the reason why. Sure enough, as an older sibling, take care that they're not talking because there's that disconnect.
Absolutely. I know it's very powerful. It's actually mind-blowing to learn about all of this. And it was mind-blowing to look at and go through all of these different therapies with each child, and how each of my own children, with 4 of them, were completely different from the one before. And so talk about challenge, right? But it's very similar to autism, and many children with autism actually have apraxia of speech, where, you know, it's a full spectrum, you know, right? You can have a high functioning autistic child or a low functioning, and very similar in the Apraxia Speech world as well.
Well, I am so excited for you for 2 weeks. I'll be counting the sleeps on my little calendar over here going, Angie's taken to the stage to talk about this on a national stage. So
Yes.
well done, my friend.
Thank you.
So let's start down the path of you becoming, is it an author first or publisher first?
Ooh, great question. It was author first. And the inspiration behind that is I was queening at the time. So I was running for Mrs. Colorado. And I know that was pretty fun. It was a good inspiration to lose 80 pounds and, you know, get on a stage in heels and a swimsuit. And here comes mama and 6 kids, you know. But yeah, so my pageant director, my pageant coach, we were talking about things of a legacy. We wanted to leave a legacy project, much bigger than the pageant, but the pageant inspired it, of course. And we came to the conclusion of children's books. I have a master's degree in elementary ed and had written some books in my master's program just a few years ago.
I'm going to say, you have 6 kids. I'm going to say 10 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That sounds great. We don't do math here. But yes, and so we were inspired to do that, and hence the Zoe's Great Adventures Learns to Talk was born. And so that was the inspiration, was my kids, the Apraxia Speech and their adventures. And these are all real adventures. These are real stories put into, of course, a character, a cartoon. Sorry, I meant to say cartoon form. So we really did this. We really got in the car. We drove an hour to the barn, got on a horse, did the horse therapy once a week. So these are the adventures. So I think you have something in your home.
Well, I have to say, this is the happiest piece of wrapped mail I think I've ever got in my life. First of all,
I love it.
At the back, if anybody was delivering, or my mail lady was delivering my mail, fantastic that you've got a little QR code of interest, because it's such a fascinating package, because they're not allowed to open it, because only I'm allowed to open it, but they can kind of find out what's inside. Beautiful little stickers everywhere, beautiful writing.
Thank you.
And you sent me this. I'm gonna say, let's just see. Oh, it doesn't say up on here. Oh, down here. Well, as I search for it, no, I can't. I'm gonna say, oh, here you go. March 31st is when we first connected, and I've had this, and I said I would not open it because
you did.
And hopefully I'm not going to cut it. I'm going to cut it really close to the top here. Number one, I want to keep this bag because it's so fabulous.
Oh, thank you.
There's lots of goodies in here.
Oh, Jeanette, it's Christmas.
It's Christmas on June 22nd.
You bet. Christmas in June.
Okay, so what have I got here? Okay, which one do you want me to start with? I have 4. And I have a
yes. Page. We go big or go home. That's how we go.
Isn't that a pageant thing? The higher the hair, the closer to God, or something like that, I've heard.
Fluff up my hair a little bit.
So which one is the first one?
It's the one with the horse. It's the brown one. So learns to talk.
This one here.
Correct. Okay. Yes.
I'm going to read the back, and then I'm going to get you to pick a page on your side. On where you'd like to share. So normally I get the authors to read the back, and I'm so excited because I get to read the back. Zoe loves adventures with her therapy horse, Crackerjack, by her side. She can accomplish anything! Exclamation point, exclamation point. The healing power of a horse helps Zoe work through her invisible disability of, I'm going to get you to say this word because it's a new word for me. Please say this word, EJ.
Apraxia of speech.
Apraxia of speech.
Yes.
Apraxia of speech.
Yes.
Together they teach children and parents that they can do hard things through the power of a positive mindset, trust, and inclusion. Wow.
Yes.
My gosh, this is gorgeous.
Thank you. Thank you.
Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Oh, and you even signed it.
Well, of course we did.
Oh, so tell in a Reader's Digest version what this book is all about, and choose a page or two that you wish to read to everybody tonight.
Yes. So Reader's Digest version. She's a 6-year-old child. And of course, we had to go with Zoe because all of our kids are Aaliyah, Akira, Amaya, Akela, Olivia, and our one and only boy, Charles Jr. So, of course, all of the girls wanted to be on the cover. And so we went from A to Z. So her name is Zoe. And we learn at the very front page, like, great predictions as a child, right? Like, what is she wearing? What kind of hat? What do you think she's doing? I'm going to show it the picture. Great predictions. Like, what do you think she's going to do that day? And I say that because all of our books have that same picture, but like learns manners in Maui. She's wearing a swimsuit and a sun hat. So it's been very fun, that very first page, to discover and ask those questions where she's going. And she meets her horse. She goes to the barn. She tells the reader that she has Apraxia Speech and tells them what that is, how it's hard for her to make sounds. She talks about all of her different feelings and how pink is love and mad is red and yellow is happy. And I worked with a fellow educator with these with these color words and ways to word it so it was really impactful for a child. So we gear these books for ages probably like 4 to 9 is about the age. And you know how she rides on the horse backwards, she's catching a ball, she's standing on top of the horse, and she even goes through a car wash, which is just a fun little playground set with ribbons coming down. And she loves to feel the different textures of ribbons on her face. And then at the end, finally, her friends are now happy because earlier they were bullying her because she couldn't talk. And now she can talk, she can do all these great tricks. And now her friends are happy. And of course, we're inclusive with different skin tones and colors to say that we are very inclusive. And then in the back, which is really a cool part that we've gotten lots of raves about, is meet the horse. Everyone loves to meet the horse. So we talk about a day in the horse's life compared to a child's life. They still have to have breakfast. They have to get warmed up before they start learning. They have to, do all these different things. And then they need playtime too. And then they go to bed. So it's been very fun. And the very last page are real pictures. Let me get a little bit closer.
And
real pictures.
And AJ, real autographs from your daughters next to their picture.
Yes, I love that.
Special.
We end every book with "You can do hard things." That's our motto. That's our mojo. You can do hard things.
I'm going to read on page 36 because this is something I didn't know about. I'm a volunteer with the Seroptimus International, the Langleys, and one of the places that we raise and give funds to is Pacific Riding for Disabilities. It's just actually around the corner from me. And I never knew what the proper terminology for that was. And you teach this. And what is hippotherapy?
Yes.
The word hippotherapy comes from the ancient word hippos, meaning horse, and therapy referring to treatment. Hippotherapy is a treatment tool used in speech language therapy, as well as physical therapy and occupational therapy. Speech language pathologists can use hippotherapy as therapy tool to help develop motor coordination for sequencing speech sounds, among other things. And you offer a great reference to go find more information. The other key thing that I noticed, AJ, about your books is like you said, the colors in the words. So I would say, as any parent of all inclusiveness, reading it, the word gray, and you could say, find something gray on the other side of the picture. Find something like we've got AJ. Are you still there?
Okay, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. My internet just did a little
Can you
blip.
see me?
No, you need to put your camera back on, hun.
Okay.
There. One of the things I was saying about, oh, your camera went off again, even though they're both pictures are beautiful.
Oh my word.
Is within the story how the word pink is written in pink, but you could also play with find something pink in this picture. So being very active, very holistic, a very holistic in approach. So let's fast forward to what is the next book that I should be sharing.
Yes.
Okay,
and this is about the pandemic.
Which one? Sorry, hon.
The pink one?
Yep, okay. Oh my
gosh. The pink one.
Yes, I've got it. Beautiful. Oh, they're all signed. This is beautiful. So what is the this one all about? Oh my, seriously, are these your real daughters? Like these are they signed each one?
Yes, we did. We wanted to make this a very magical experience. We just love you.
Seriously,
just
I
love
have
watching you.
I have all 6 of your kids' signature.
We love that.
So how about you read the back one? How about you read the back one of this one?
Yes, it says Zoe and her best friend Tucker, which is of course our little puppy, embark on an adventure with online learning during a world pandemic. A little brother, technology, and environment all affect daily learning, and every day is a new experience. If you love new adventures and new ways to overcome challenges, then this book is for you.
Beautiful, beautiful. And again, you make sure that there is references in each one of the books at the back as well.
Yes.
And this, again,
we want it to be educational as well, of course.
Like one computer. Is this like a score? Zoe can do hard things. What hard things can you do? I can overcome technology with computers. Zoe learns about different ways to go to school. How do you learn math, reading, and writing? I need Zoe to teach me those subjects when she's got a moment. And Zoe learns to need brain breaks. What brain breaks do you help to stay focused? Beautiful.
Yes, we learned that very important thing, especially with our Apraxia Speech over the summer and during this hybrid learning, that we needed brain breaks.
Absolutely. So, okay, I've got 2 books left. Where am I going next?
Okay. All right, well, let's go to Hawaii. And she learns manners in Maui.
Wow. This is
so fun fact.
Gosh, this is like,
my husband is from, his family is from Maui. And so we go there almost every year. And that's our family. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
In actual Maui.
Oh, who is your illustrator?
Oh, that's a secret.
Oh, okay.
But no,
I'm just gonna whoever they are.
I had to fire
phenomenal.
the first one and got a new one. I just absolutely love him. He's just so good. Yes.
The many more expressions are just phenomenal. Oh,
aren't
my
they great?
Gosh. About the history of your family.
It was a nice tribute to our family.
Oh, you can do hard things.
It's always fun to see the roots of things, I believe.
Okay, so I see here you've got 6 books at the back here.
Yes, the coloring book just came out, and I'm working on the Maui coloring book right now as we speak.
Is this part of the coloring? Is this part of the coloring book you sent me?
Yes, that is.
I'm going to color it. I'm going to hashtag it. That is beautiful. So there's a very big. book in here. There's a very big chunky book, which is something unusual for
Yes.
a children's book. So let's get into this in this last little 5-6 minutes.
Yes.
I'm going to stick this on my car. You don't know, my car is covered in stickers. So this is just like magical. I'm so excited.
Yes, please do. That would be amazing. So we feel like we needed a mindfulness journal, and we've really been exploring mindfulness and meditation and breathing exercises. And we wanted to create a guided journal that children would just embark on. And so we talk a little bit about what is a mindfulness journal, how breathing and taking some time to work in it daily. And we talk about, there's some steps that Zoe recommends. Number 1, you need to find some time. Number 2, you need to calm your mind and do some breathing. Number 3, read daily affirmations. And number 4, there's a blank page, every other page that you can draw on. So like the first page has that positive affirmation of today is going to be an awesome day. And each page has a new affirmation, and each page has the same heart, medal, and star and cloud, which is 3 things I'm grateful for. A self check-in, that's important. You need to know where your emotions are. I feel what right now? Am I happy? Am I sad? Am I just okay? Like no emotion? Blank was hard for me today. Blank was easy for me today. So recognizing something that was hard and recognizing something that was easy, that yes, you can do hard things. Just a place to kind of just doodle in the cloud. And I am a star today. I will blank. Like, what are you going to do? And then the blank page. And then that's just throughout the whole journal is different positive affirmations. Like I have grit and I won't quit. Just some very fun affirmations for the kids to read and color and explore in all different avenues. And then a surprise at the end, which is a fun little surprise. And it's a scavenger hunt that is just for gratitude. So find something that makes you smile. Find something amazing, etc., etc.
This, I'm gonna say, oh my gosh, I'm gonna say that this is a book for everybody. This is a book
Absolutely,
that
I agree.
you want to get into journaling in an easy, fillable way, questions answered, place to doodle. It would almost make also an agenda book, because I could write my day's agenda on this blank piece of paper, and feel like my day was going to be fantastic versus my, my big paper agenda over here that's sometimes intimidating on what's going on in my life. This is just so incredibly magical. And I would say, as a mom or a dad or anybody in between that is looking after children, and you see they've got one of these books, is to kind of go through it. And wouldn't it be awesome to kind of sneak a page out of here and maybe get it framed on a day that child, or create like a one wall in their room of like cork and be pulling out these pages so they're surrounded by
these ideas.
Yeah, or cutting it out like the heart, or cut out the heart and get it laminated for them, even to carry around in their wallet or their little backpack and laminate it so they could write on and wipe it off each day, write on and wipe it off each day. AJ,
I love that.
Crazy, amazing book. So I'm going to read the back of this one, and then we're going to be a publisher. So are you ready to help your child and or yourself? I'm going to add there. Slow down and enjoy life more. Reduce stress and anxiety by being mindful. This journal is for you and you and you and you and you and you, with everybody that is watching this on the replay. This creative journal with over 100 pages was produced for young readers, old readers, and everybody in between. So I'm going to say from 1 to 99 to daily record their thoughts, ideas, and positive affirmation. Look for Zoe's surprise gratitude scavenger hunt bonus included. And AJ, I think we're going to have you back at the Gratitude and Appreciation Summit in October 1st.
I would
Maybe
love that.
lead a little bit of an gratitude scavenger hunt for our attendees. So
I would
that
love,
would be
that'd be an
magical
honor.
for us. So, oh my gosh, my
That'd be an
friend,
honor.
I have books, I have books, I have books. And now your shirt says, ask me about being a queen in the publishing world. So how did this all lead to you being a publisher?
Well, as you are expressing, and I'm expressing as well, this is joyous. This is so fun. This is something that I've gotten my kids involved with in our advocacy for Apraxia Speech and journaling and learning Hawaiian language and learning online. And our next one is glamping, where we do glamour camping. So fun. So we've got some fun things coming out. And I just want to share this joy with others, because it really all started with just a little idea, just a little inspiration. And it was like, write about your own life. So that's what we did. And I'm not kidding. I wrote each one of these books in an hour. It was at 2 a.m. Everyone's asleep. And I just had this thought of, yeah, it's a 6-year-old girl. This is my 6-year-old girl, my 6-year-old girl. And these are her adventures. And I just in my phone, and it was quiet because everyone's sleeping. And, I just typed it out real quick, just some ideas. And just those ideas, then I plugged it into like a page, like this is a page, this is a page, this is a page. Because I know books are about 14 to 16 pages of pictures. And then got my illustrator and plugged that all. And I was like, this is so awesome. I need to share this with the world. Everyone's got a story. You have a story, you have a story, and you have a story. Everyone has a story. Let's get published. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. It helps in public speaking. Look at this, right? It's like I'm a testimony of that. It's an opportunity to share your story with the world creatively. You can do it in children's book. You can do it as a novel. Maybe you want to share memoirs, maybe like a cookbook. Maybe you have incredible recipes that you want to share and have those pictures. Like Queen Publishing Agency, we do it all. So that's what's so exciting. We have taken out all of the extras, and you get to own your book. You get to own your own royalties. It's a one and done service. We come in, it's a done for you service. We're done, you're done. You have a book published, and it's all you. And that's how it should be. These publishing companies come in and they say what they think your book should be about, and they have their input, and all of a sudden it's not even your story. And now they want like a percentage of your royalties. Are you kidding me? Like, this is your stuff. So we have taken that, we've blown it out of the water, and we're like, nope, we want this to be fair and square and clean, good fun. And that's how we do it. So we believe everyone's a queen. We believe everyone has a story, and that's what we do. And we have a great payment plan that just helps everyone make it affordable. And that's it. Like, go to our website, check it out. It's queenpublishingagency.com. And it's just fabulous. Oh, but I want to plug this in before we forget. I have some freebies for your listeners. So I would love to have them go on to Linktree. Do you know Linktree? It's great because you can put it.
I know Linktree really well.
Yes. So you love that? So it's Linktree. So how do you spell it? LINKTR.ee. Yes, right there. /AJ Kikumoto. Yes. So that's a great screenshot. If somebody wants to take a quick screenshot of that, go there. The very first thing has a bunch of freebies. It has some of those coloring pages to download, and then has direct links for all of the books that you can just click on. You can get them. Some people love Amazon. Some people hate Amazon. So if you like Amazon, it's just a click. And if not, just go to my website, ajkikumoto.com, and you can order it that way.
Beautiful. We're going to wrap this up. I always have 2 questions at the end, AJ. So
All
the
right.
first question is, please name 3 people that this would be a great gift for. Any of your books, who would be any one of your books? 3 people that would be a great gift for.
Number 1 would be a personal child that you have that could be struggling and needing some inspiration. Number 2, the person, your next door neighbor that has some children, they would love, what a fun gift, right? I mean, our where is it? Our journal is like $7, right? Like that's an easy purchase. And then number 3 is okay, so we said your personal children, we said your neighbor, and then 3rd, great for birthday presents. These are perfect gifts for birthday presents. What child doesn't want a coloring book, a children's book to read? Like, what a fun bundle, what a fun package to get. So those are 3 people that I would recommend. Ages 4 to 9 is our target market audience.
And I'm going to go a little higher level than that, because I always like to add, after hearing your story, I'm going to say those people, those adults that are part of a counselor in the children's counseling industry, profession. I'm also going to say hospitals in pediatric wards would be phenomenal. And I'd also say that if you do that, what a great book to give a child the first time that they come to send home. So they kind of have a little bit of a story of what's to come. So I'm going to go a little higher level. You're going to make sure it gets into the kids. So fantastic. And I wrap this always up with, AJ, what is your story or your last words of wisdom to anybody out there that wants to write a book?
My story is that you can do hard things.
So who should write a book? Who would last words of wisdom for those who write a book?
We're cutting out a little bit. So last words of wisdom for.
I can still, it's all good.
Can you hear me?
Writing a book.
Okay, so to write a book. I believe that everyone has a story and that everyone should be published.
I think my internet is starting to go a little wacky. Perfect. You with my words of wisdom. I encourage you all to grab a book, grab your favorite beverage, snuggle in to your favorite place to read, and take your mind, body, and soul to a place you've never been through the story of someone else who has lived it. Whether in a children's book, in a nonfiction book, or in a fiction book, you will really enjoy that book experience. So thank you so much, Amy Jo, aka AJ, for joining me this evening on a special episode of the MYBC Virtual Bookstore Authors Series. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Peace, love, and happiness.